in prison, this Indian girl started working at the prison, and everybody trying to get her attention. I told my dad, I said, I'm gonna get her. He said, man, you ain't gonna get her. I said, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna get her. This is how the conversation started. 2-3 weeks, I don't say nothing to her at all. I get out of work one day, and as I'm walking, she was like, hey, you. And I just kind of looked at her, and she was like, yeah, you. She was like, why? You don't never come out. You don't never come talk to me. You don't. I said, ain't nothing worth coming out here looking at. And I kept walking. And she was like, what you mean? I said, man, ain't nothing out here worth looking at. And I kept walking. And she looking at the paperwork. I guess she trying to either see my name or see who I'm in cell with. And she kept looking up at me. And she was like, who's your cellie? She was like, y'all got the same name. I was like, that's my daddy. Really? How? She started asking questions. So then we started talking 2-3 weeks. I go to the shower. She come and stand by the shower, watching me, looking me up and down. I would put the Muslim oil on, smelling good. I'm cooking stuff. She asked me about the meals. I'm explaining stuff. And so one day I walked up to her. We got a cell phone, but we don't keep it in the cell. We never keep it in the cell. I write the number down and I go downstairs and I tell her, I say, look, what I'm about to say, just let it go in one ear and out the other if you don't like what I say. She was like, okay, what is it? What if it was a way we can talk outside of here? She was like, what you mean? I said, you know exactly what I mean. In the staff bathroom, I said, I went in there, taped a piece of paper under the sink. I said, I'm gonna walk out. I said, I ain't gonna talk to you the rest of the day. I said, you go in there, you get that piece of tape. I said, you can hit me block. And she was like, and I walked off. I go in the cell. I said, hey, Dad, I said, I had to call my daughter, his granddaughter, so I'm gonna keep the phone in the cell. He said, and if they come in here and get your phone, you know you're gonna take their charge. I said, you got 2 life sentences. I ain't taking no charges. You taking all the charges. So we keep the phone. They doing lockdown. She closing the door. Boom. She come to the door, opens our door, and do me like this, and winks and close the door. Soon as she closed the door, my daddy stands straight up. What the hell was that? And I said, hey, Dad. I said, I'm gonna tell you something. He said, what's up? I said, look, man, I gave her the number. He said, what you say? I said, she gonna call me block. I said, I told you I was gonna get her. He said, go on, pack your stuff up, boo. Go in the hole tonight. By that time, I got the phone under the pillow where I can see it. It light up. It's blocked. He see the light. He stand up. Go answer. He said, that's the green team. I asked, hello? My daddy started grabbing my stuff. I said, hello? He said, hey, big head. I looked at my dad. I said, hey, little head. So we get to talking. My daddy tap on the bed. Elsa, she'll bring us something in here. I said, hold on. Hey. I thought you said the police was gonna come in here.